Hi guys, welcome back to Red's Random Corner, or welcome to Red's Random Corner if you're new. Hi, I'm Red. I thought that I would do a whip and chat today. Excuse me. Apparently we have a frog visiting today. He's in my throat. He'll be hanging out. A guest appearance every once in a while. I haven't done a whip and chat. I haven't really posted anything in a while. So I thought I would, and I thought we would chat and see how your summer is treating you so far. I hope everybody is having a good day. This is Wednesday, July 17th. 17th? Yeah, July 17th. And I am on my last, final section of my husband's 70 by 100 classic car. This has been a hard thing to complete. I had to order drills for here and through here, and I ordered that color because those spatterings of red, that's not right. And I thought, well, if I'm ordering drills, I'm just going to order drills, right? So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get this completed and get it hung up in our shop and be able to show everybody a final. I bought this from the Candy Yee store. Cost me $45. So yeah, not happy. Not happy. Came all beat up. And the unboxings, check them out. I did an unboxing of this, and it came, somebody tap danced all over it. People, you know, don't like their job. They just decide to tap dance on stuff and treat our stuff with disrespect, I guess. So, I digress. I'm just babbling about my diamond paint. So when I get done with this, I have a couple large Mandy Manzano pieces. I have just for rabbits, which I probably will start. I'll probably do a Jessica. I have All Dogs Go to Heaven too. I lost my little man. I miss him. I lost my little man on Easter night, in the middle of the night. He was a rat terrier. His name was Buster Brown, and I had him for 14 years. He was my shadow, went everywhere with me. I still, to this day, I still have a feeling of like I'm forgetting something, because he's not, I don't have to load him up in the car, and I don't have to make sure that he gets out to go potty, and, you know, because he went everywhere with me, absolutely everywhere with me. So, I lost him on Easter, so I have an All Dogs Go to Heaven I might start. I have been working on the Watchtower from Claudia McKinney, when I have been working on this. And I'm almost completed with that. Oh, here, let me show you. Hold on a second, it's right here. So I'm almost done with her. Oh, probably not a good idea. Hold on. I don't need it sticking to my stuffs. See? So Red, get your act together, man. What are you doing? Put your sticky protectors down. See, it's how much I really don't care about canvas at this point. Apparently. Okay. So there is the, just call the tower. And I am just about done with that. Is that not, I do hope you guys can see all of that in there. Pretty sure you can. Oh. Okay, move this over. Get me to clear my space well. So there's Claudia McKinney's The Tower. Isn't that so pretty? And the white babies are right there. And they're the #1 symbol, so that's what I have left to do on it. This is for my daughter. My daughter loves Alice in Wonderland. It's one of her favorite fairy tales. And so, very excited about that. Get that completed and get that fixed and hung up in a room. So that's what I've been working on when I haven't been working on this. I'm hoping to get this completed. Hopefully my, I'll be doing an unboxing. I ordered some stuff off of Etsy. So, I will, sorry, I'm in my house skirt. I'll be doing an unboxing, because I ordered some stuff off Etsy, and I'm very excited about that. Can't wait for all my stuff to get here. And then we can talk about that. So, that's a little preview. So probably, I don't know, All Dogs Go to Heaven, or Jessica Rabbit. I haven't really, honed it in yet. I haven't really locked one down. I also have the other Little Mermaid from Mandy Manzano. I might do her. I have a few in my stash. I don't have a very big stash. I think I got like 5. So I don't know. But the larger ones that I have, that would be it. You know, that would be my max of between my decisions. Sorry. Squirrels run rampant already this morning. All of a sudden, squirrel. So, like I said, I haven't posted in a while. Life has been crazy in my world, and been working hard at not losing my mind while the crazy gets crazy. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a fabulous 4th of July. I hope that everybody got to... These girls are just so bad. I just don't know. Hold on. I'll just sit and pick through trash while we talk. How about that? I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. I hope it was safe. Number one, I hope it was safe. Because the people I know, theirs wasn't so safe. And we will get into that. But I really want you guys to... I really hope, not want, I really hope you guys had a great 4th, and we're able to celebrate it in our most American way. You know, beer and barbecue and fireworks. Yeah. That would be our American way. So, we don't really celebrate 4th of July like everybody else. We don't do beer. We don't do barbecue. We do do fireworks. My husband is 9 years sober. His sobriety birth date is the 5th of July. That will tell you why we don't do beer. And we don't do barbecues on the 4th of July, because that's what went down every year with contention amongst my family members. My sister's just a pill. She's just a pill, and if it's her way or no way, and so we always inevitably would end up doing whatever my sister wanted, and my husband and my sister do not get along. I don't know if anybody else has a sibling that just rubs everybody's velvet the wrong way. My sister has this gift of just poking your sore spot all the time, whether it's intentional or not. I don't know. It's just who she is. Drives me nuts. I love her, but I'm not friends with my sister. So, they don't get along. And my husband was an alcoholic. I'm sorry, my husband is an alcoholic. My husband was a drunk. My husband is an alcoholic. And he is a sober one, though. Works his program, works his steps. He is very good at it. So I'm very proud of him. But the 4th of July, oh man. That was a biggie. So, he quit drinking on the 5th of July. So when it comes to 4th of July, we don't particularly go out and put ourselves through the stressful paces that were part of my husband's bottom of his barrel. Just don't, you know. I mean, we know that that's why he quit drinking, but do we need to revisit it all the time? I don't know. So, he bowls. So we went bowling on the 4th of July for him. He bowled a tournament. And so that was a lot of fun. Lots of people. Like, I was really surprised. Well, it was midday. You know, it wasn't like anybody who was bowling that day was out of their beer, barbecue, and fireworks, because it was midday. So you had plenty of time to get to where you needed to go for your evening event. So we go and we do that. Have a great time. Not a big deal. The next day, we wake up and find out that one of our very close friends, more like a son to my husband, died in the middle of the night. He crashed his motorcycle after leaving a wedding and died. DUI. He was drinking and driving. He had an alcohol issue and he had a drinking and driving issue. The scary thing is sad, scary, hurtful, is that he always told us, you know, I don't really want to get me another motorcycle because, you know, I just know that it'll be bad if I get a motorcycle. And we were like, dude, just stick to your trucks, because he loved to do. He was an adrenaline junkie as well. So, you know, you make that combination, and it's like throwing all the right ingredients into your kid's volcano project, you know, the baking soda and the vinegar, and you just throw it all together, and what comes out is never a good thing. And with Drew, that's what happened. He was an adrenaline junkie, loved to go fast, loved to feel his heart in his throat, and it cost him. It cost him. On my husband's sobriety birthday, a very, very close friend, almost son you could say, died because of alcohol. So now my poor husband has to, every year, work through missing Drew, how Drew died, why he's not drinking, which, you know, thankfully it maybe, you know, could look at it from another angle and say, well, thank God, because at least he will always remember why not to drink, right? My husband wasn't a drink and driver. My husband was a drink and walker, or he would get a taxi. Uber and Lyft and stuff wasn't really, it was just getting started when my husband quit drinking, so that's why I say taxi. I'm dating myself. No driving services yet. So we lose Drew. Very, very horrible thing to wake up to on the 6th of July. So working through that process, we're all very grief stricken. My daughter's birthday, her actual birthday, is July 12th. So, yeah, we usually have a lot to celebrate in the month of July. And now her brother is dead. And this July 12th was the first birthday we ever had that he wasn't there. So that was hard to deal with. A couple days go by, and I hear from my close friend's husband, her firstborn son, her adult son, who lived in New York, died in the middle of the night. His name was Robert. He was also 32 years old. I don't know. It's so upsetting. You've got one that took his life because he was an adrenaline junkie and he was drinking and driving. And at first, before I found out the whole story on Drew, I was really angry at the people at the wedding. You know, we all know Drew. So if you're really that close to Drew and you know who he is as his character, his inner character, why you let him get on his bike? Why didn't somebody, it's a motorcycle, why didn't somebody stop him? Drew is also 6'3", big guy, big lanky guy. And he started a fight at the wedding apparently and knocked one of our other friends out with his helmet. So he was intent on going. Robert was sick and dealing with some illness and took some medication and died in the middle of the night. Now, we don't know the whole story on Robert. I haven't spoken to my friend. The last time I spoke to her, she was in New York picking up her son and bringing him home. And we're waiting on toxicology reports. And, you know, I am not some backwoods bumpkin. I understand how the world works, and I know that Robert was a very immersed man in fashion and music and culture in New York. So, was he sober? Doubtful. Just doubtful. You don't live his lifestyle and be clean and sober without first having walked the dark path of drugs and alcohol or whatever the choices are, you know. You have to become scarred in a way before you can sober up when you live that lifestyle. And that's no judgment. I'm not making any sort of judgment call on anybody. That is their life, that is their path. Far be it for me to say what is right or wrong in their life, in their world. I know I loved Robert very much, and did never judge him. But you don't... Where he lived, you know, the district he was living in, it was very artsy, it was very musically inclined, and those things just, you know, sober isn't one of those things that is in that world. So I really hope that we find that the pharmacology company killed him. I would much rather know, have not know, well, know, and have to blame the pharmacology company for Robert's death. I know that my friend would much rather have, wouldn't we all? As a mom, I would want to be able to blame the big pharma and be like, your medicine killed my son, instead of having to bite the bullet and say your medicine, topped with his recreational activities, killed my son. Because then you have to then blame the deceased, and who wants to do that? You know, nobody wants to go blaming dead people. Just doesn't ever feel right. So, dealing with some deaths of our family is very close, very hard. My husband was a mess for a couple of days. I do get grief stricken, but I bury it so deep that it takes a catalyst in order for it to actually really activate. And usually that catalyst is like at a funeral or when I'm around other people, where I don't feel so awkward being so overly emotional. So, my poor husband, though, it's just so upsetting, you know, it's just so sad. So, we celebrated my daughter's birthday on the 12th of July, on Friday. Had a good time. We hung out and did birthday stuff with her and my grandson, her son. Her ex-boyfriend and her share custody, all on their own. They co-parent very, very well. One parent has the baby for a week, and then they switch out, and the other parent has the baby for a week. And they'd been doing that from, well, not from the beginning. They first started with just weekends, where every weekend Jake would have the baby. And then when he got old enough, I think Leland was like a year old. I think they've been doing week on, week off for 6 months or so, I guess. It's doing really well. I mean, I'm really, really amazed at how well they are co-parenting given the situation. My daughter is determined to have two good parents for her son, and she understands that it takes two, you know, like there has to be a balance in order to have a balanced person. Any human needs two parents. It creates a good balance. Coming from someone who was raised as a single mom, I kind of speak from experience on that. And Miranda really wants the best for Leland. So, I commend her for that. I really do. She's done a really good job so far. She's going to school. She's trying to really do things better for her and Leland and give herself a career so she doesn't have to depend on anybody or anything. And that's a good thing, you know. I'm very proud of her for being a very independent woman. Very proud of who she is at 25. I was a mother of 2 at 25. And I look at her now and I just think, wow, I just can't even believe that I had a 5-year-old when I was her age. She was 5. I had her at 20. And I had my son at 18. Don't do that, people. I mean, it's not a thing to do. For whatever reason, I just knew when I was growing up, I knew I was going to have a boy and a girl. I knew I was going to have them young. Before I did anything in my world, I knew I was going to be a mom. And I had my son first. I was 18. I had my daughter at 20. Me and my husband divorced for 9 years. We were separated, and we've always had a kind of an on-again, off-again relationship, I guess you could say. I divorced him. We were separated. His alcoholism was a huge part of that. A huge part of that. I just wasn't willing to live that life with him when he wasn't willing to make the proper choices that I needed him to make for our family. I've always loved him. He's always been my best friend. But I had to look out for our children first. So we get back together, and drinking, he was still drinking. Drinking was still an issue. But I could see where we're getting, light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like, maybe he's going to come to his senses and see how destructive his own behavior is in his own character. And I'm grateful that he did. I knew he was capable of seeing the light. I just knew it. I love my husband, and he's my best friend. And I've talked myself in a circle, and I don't know what my whole point was. Isn't that funny? So, July 12th, we celebrated Miranda's birthday. It was hard. It was the first Saturday when we actually had her barbecue, and, I made ribs, and it was so good. Here's Miranda's dinner. Barbecue ribs, baked potato, asparagus, salad. Like, it's kind of her favorite. She just kind of threw together and was like, this is what I want for my dinner. And cookies. So she didn't want a pie. She didn't want a cake. She's not a cake fan, per se. So she said, I want cookies this year. So I went to our local cookie shop and bought a ton of cookies. And so that was kind of nice, I don't normally do that. Normally I make stuff at home. But it was really nice to be able just to walk in there, grab a big thing of, I want these cookies. Okay, thank you, we're done. Oh, excuse me. There's that frog trying to run away. So Saturday, we had fun. It was a little hard because Andrew wasn't there. And that was noticeable. And yeah, that was hard. That was hard. Had my grandbaby, and he's just an absolute joy. He's so smart and so advanced. He has taken to potty training. He's 1.5 years old. I don't know, I just go with it. If he says pee-pee and potty, then we make a run for it and try to make it as fast as we can. But he's also shown some indicators of signs that they're ready for potty training. At least in my world, that's what it's always been when they, they go and hide to go poop, things like that. They start getting a little more aware of their bowels and how it works. So we've been working on that, and that's exciting to have him get to that, into the next stage. Milestones, baby milestones are just the most amazing thing. They really are. So we did that on Saturday. Sunday just hung out around the house, didn't really do a whole lot, just kind of recovering from our horrible world. We've been super busy at the shop, which is nice. You know, it's always nice to make sure our bills get paid. So that's nice. We've been working on a houseboat. We are going to vinyl wrap this entire houseboat. I think that starts this week. And I say start because it's a project, it's a job. We have to remove aluminum paneling and fix that, and then reattach it, and then we have to do the houseboat itself. Yes, it is still on the water while we are doing this. It will be up at a work dock, so we'll work on one side of the boat and an end, and then we'll flip the boat and we'll work on the other side of the boat and the end, and then we'll call it a day. It'll be nice to put that on our resume. Super duper nice. It's cool that we're doing things that are other than vehicles, what you would normally expect a detail shop to do. So that's nice. That's exciting. Exciting to be able to put on our resume, put it on our Google business account, you know, or not, depending on how it goes. If this is a nightmare, yeah, we won't be doing this again. We've done some wrapping on vehicles, and this is a friend of ours' boat. So I expect it to go well. We're pretty savvy. We can get it done. Absolutely, we can get it done. So that starts this week. The weather's been weird. I live in Northern California, and typically at this time of year, well, I'll say it this way. Over the past 15 years or so, maybe a little longer than that, 20 years, California summers, by this time, by July 17th, our area have reached triple digits for multiple days in a row. And I mean, when I say triple digits, I'm talking 114, 105 to 115 is about the range in this area at this time of year. We just got done having 80s. We had a week of 80s. And I haven't seen that since I was a girl. I was like 14, 15. Was the last time I remember the weather here being tolerable in the summer. Beautiful. It used to be, like, my husband and I were talking, it used to be just absolutely gorgeous. It was, yeah, it'd get hot, but it would get hot in like September and August. It would be like hot August nights. It was a thing. And now they're doing, you know, you could do hot August nights in June, which, you know, doesn't really make sense because that's supposed to be the beginnings of summer and the end of spring, right? So, weather was weird. Weather's been weird this summer. Muggy. On the cooler side, it's just now getting hot, and I do apologize, and it's totally late in the video, but I apologize for the fan. You know, it is hot, it is summer, and I got a whole lot hanging out on me, so I get hot easy. I got some insulations, so we get hot easy. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So, thyroid issues apparently are a thing in my family. And I would know this if I spoke with my family, or if my family would speak about these things. They don't talk about medical health issues. My sister has Hashimoto's. My daughter has Hashimoto's. And when I look back on my own childbearing years, because I've had a full hysterectomy, I had Hashimoto's. So I've got a thyroid thing, right? So I go to the doctor, and I'm like, yo, doc, I'm really unhappy with my weight. And he's like, okay, well, change your eating habits, quit drinking soda. Okay, I don't drink soda. I don't drink sodas. I don't eat fast food. I eat vegetables every single day. I eat salad. Salad's my number one thing I eat. So tell me why do I still have to continue? Like, I have to kill myself at the gym for 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day is what I was doing when I was slim and trim and weighed, 140 pounds. I was killing myself 2 hours a day at the gym. And he says to me, the doctor, well, what does your family look like? Insinuating that genetics is a thing. Well, I know genetics is a thing. I understand that I'm not going to be a supermodel if my family are all 5'4". I'm not going to end up 6'2". I get that. Honestly, I do. And I get that weight is also a genetic issue. And I am not saying anything about anybody who is heavyset or is thin, because I know people who have a hard time gaining weight, and I know people who have a hard time losing weight. So this isn't about anybody in this planet but me, Red, right now. I am not happy with the weight that I am. And the doctor then tries to tell me that, well, genetics is a bunch of women in your family that are short and round, then you can expect to be short and round. While that may be true, could it also be true that these women who are short rounds could be possibly short with a thyroid problem? Did they have to possibly be round? That's my question. My ankles hurt, my joints hurt. I've got these issues. And when I go to my doctor about it, he's like, well, when you're this size, the joints, this so much pounds pressure per joint, I just feel like sometimes they just don't take you seriously, because, they're doctors, right? And since you don't have an MD by your name, you don't know what's going on with your own system. And I hate doctors that think that way. It really rankles me when doctors are like, well, it just is what it is. You just can expect to be fat because your family, you come from fat people. Well, couldn't I come from people who have a condition that causes us to be this way? And it's not always, and because it's a thyroid issue, therefore ran by a hormonal balance or imbalance in your system, it's not always going to be shown in a blood test. Or the normal parameters that the lab deems as a normal parameter may not necessarily be a normal parameter for your own system. So I'm a little frustrated with that. Doc tells me, yep, no, you don't. We can do some blood work and we can do some tests, but... So you're telling me I just can look to being short? Well, we'll just mark out the short, because there's nothing I can do about that, right? I mean, I'm 5'4". I've come to grips with that and my freckles and my hair for a long time. So, I'm going to be fat. I'm going to be this size, even though physically my body, I can't take it. I can't take it. My body hurts. And I'm not old, so I shouldn't feel like I'm an 80-year-old woman when I'm not. And they're like, well, exercise more. Okay. Do you want me to do my 2 hours a day at a gym? Is that what you're telling me to do? because that wasn't healthy either. I'm going to let you know right now. That wasn't healthy. That was manic on the other end. You know, I don't want to be the extremes on a pendulum. Can I be in the mid-range? Can we find something that works for me? I'm hoping that we'll be able to find something that works for me. And I know I'm not alone in this at all. I know lots of people who deal with weight issues every single day. And this is just my story and my path. Tweezers. This black is just so dirty and so just... I'm not picking up crap with it. Yeah, I know, I probably should have cleaned out my tray. But I do that and I feel like I lose out on color, which is precisely why I have to order some, because I did do that and I lost color. So then I get to thinking, okay, did I throw too many out? Could I maybe have chipped at them, or, you know, and then I think, why should I have to chip at them with another pen? And why should I have to file at them to get them down to fit? Shouldn't they just come ready to go? And then I get all sorts of irritated. So don't buy from the Cami store, because you're not allowed just to place and tech, and it requires more than just being able to place your drills and see your final image and it look well. Like, I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but pop and drills. Pop and drills. Pop and drills. Pop and drills. And that's not necessarily popping drills. That's a river from them tap dancing on the stuff. Pop and drills. I mean, it's everywhere. Everywhere. So, I'm hoping to just get it done. Get it put behind some glass. Get it framed. And get it put up in the shop. And so you can look at it from afar and go, that's really pretty. That's my goal. That is my goal. I haven't really got a whole lot done on my diamond paint today, which is why I put it down and go work on my Manny Manzano. Why is Diamond Art Club better? This is why Diamond Art Club is better. Why is Diamond Art Club worth the money? This is why Diamond Art Club is worth the money. But Diamond Art Club doesn't do customs. And I don't blame them. If Diamond Art Club did a custom, none of us would be able to afford it. Or very few. I feel like their customs would be so pricey that they would, I don't even know. Like, the logistics of that, just looking at another YouTuber's experiment that she had going on, it's crazy. So, they don't do customs. So then I have to look for this somewhere else. And I'm not saying that, you know, all the stores, that sounds horrible. Sounds like I'm saying all the stores are bad in China, but they're not. Just saying that if I wanted to order from the Cadillac company, the Tesla company, Maserati company, I can't do custom. They do have some great new artwork, though. The new artist that they've highlighted, Chuck Pinson, is that his name? That winter piece, oh my goodness, that is on my wish list. It's actually in my cart. I gotta wait. I will probably get it next month. I want that winter piece so bad. I'm only hoping that it's not sold out, that they still have it when I'm able to purchase it. That is my next one to buy, is that Chuck Pinson one. That winter one is so pretty. And I don't have a winter scene yet. I did do a little Frosty the Snowman one. But that's like a little, it's like an 8.5 by 11 frame. So I pulled that out at Christmas time. So yeah. Another tangent. Dropped off, don't know where I'm at. Let's see, talked about lives lost. Talked about sobriety kept, which is very important. I'm very proud of my husband. 9 years is quite an accomplishment. For those who can drink, without reproach and without a problem. I am one of those. I don't have an alcohol problem. I don't have an addiction problem when it comes to alcohol, marijuana, I don't know, meth. None of that. I don't know. To be fair, I don't know anybody who does meth as a recreation and can get away with it. I think it's pretty addictive. I don't know people who do meth. I'll just put that out there. That's not the circles I float in. I float in circles like AA and put your nose like grindstone, get your work done. You know, right? I live in a car world, and guys with cars don't spend it on drugs because they want to spend it on their cars. So it's not my world. Sounded horrible when I said it. Not what I meant, I swear. So, I don't know. I'm just, the squirrels are real today with me. This is going to be quite the whip and chat. Gotta say, quite the whip and chat. I really hope that everybody's summers are going well. I hope that for whatever season you're in, if you're not in the States, I realize this is far away, and this is worldwide, and you could be far away, I mean. So, tell me what, you know, if you're not in the States, tell me what your weather's like. I'm always interested to hear what's going on outside in my own little window. My poor little world that I'm in. I don't know. And that's about it for me today. I apologize. I haven't been very chatty. I haven't had very many videos going up. Had a lot going on. Definitely have had a lot going on. Funerals and such they're not fun. They're not something that we should ever have to deal with. You know, I mean, we should have to deal with them because death is part of life, and none of us get out of here alive, right? We all have to pay the price. It just sucks. It sucks when somebody takes their life so needlessly. It sucks when somebody possibly was struggling with something that we didn't know about and he lost his life. Because that's another thing that I worry about when it comes to Robert was what were his demons that he was dealing with that he didn't let anybody know about, including his mom. And they were very close, very close. Robert and his mom were closer than most. So, my poor friend, Olivia, I am very sorry, honey. I'm sorry that Robert died. And I hope someday, you can wake up and your breath will not catch in your throat. And that pain won't kick you in the knees. I just can't even imagine, you guys. I can't imagine burying my son. Not for good just cause. It's not for just cause. And that's just the most upsetting thing. I feel like I'm going in circles. I'm not going in circles. Going in circles in my thought processes this morning. It's going to be my day. Squirrels abound. Squirrels abound. So, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked my video, this one's kind of sad and ranty at the same time. But if you liked it, hey, leave a thumbs up. That's awesome. You want to see what else I can come up with? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Smash it, pop it, twist it. That subscribe. And we'll see what other random stuff I can come up with. Because this is Red's Random Corner. Bye, guys.